Right, everyone. WeaponCollector here. Right. I always have the feeling I've forgotten something. So, yeah. I don't know. I think you are tactical. I was actually surprised more people weren't on straight away. Normally, while I'm setting up, before I've gone live, there's actually people commenting. Maybe I was a bit late today. Well, I am a bit late. Actually, I'm later than I thought. Yeah, I am on Peach. So you're right, Peach, tactical, West Yorkshire Sam, Brief Fire, and CM. I've got a couple of topics to talk about today. So actually, if I forget, remind me to put a banner on. Banner for topics. I'll write it down anyway, because I know if I say that, I'll forget. But I want this stuff to be brought up constantly during the stream. Yeah, Pete, exactly. Right. I'm just going to set this up how I want it, because StreamYard doesn't have it how I like it. So while I'm setting up, I'm going to put an ad on to show people how to support the channel. So if you've ever wanted to support the channel, you can. This channel's been completely demonetized. So if you're rewatching this as well, you don't have to, but you can if you want to, and it does massively help. So there's an easy way to support me through coffee.com, and it's just you pay with PayPal, go straight into my PayPal. This is how to do it, and there'll be a link in the description. And if you put exclamation mark support, as CM's just done, the link will come up as well. So I'll see you in about 30 seconds. Let's get this sorted out. Right. I know the ad's finished, but I haven't. Right, nearly there. I've got to set everything up so I can have the bit to put slow mode, slow mode, but I don't do it so much. The subscriber only chat if we need it. Pop out chat. Right, let's get on to. Right, so yes, you were first. Tactical. Right. CM said haircut today. Yeah. I cut my hair about 5 hours ago, but a bit more than that, about 6 hours ago. Darren, you're right, mate. Rex, you're right. Zed, you're right. Yeah. Doctor, buy the guy a lampshade. I'm blinded by his head. Fucking getting abused already. I've only been on 2 minutes. Brave Fires had been watching Malcolm's Rat Trap videos. Really helpful. Nice one. Right. While everyone's just coming on, I just need to put a banner on. I need to make a banner quickly. It's not nothing important. It's just I want to be able to remember. If I have a banner down the bottom, it will remind us to talk about. What are you laughing at? I'm saying lol. Oh, Baldy. So I've got to do a quick banner. I've got to write a banner up quickly for second one. Shit, I need to remember to talk about, but I forget if I don't write it down. And the last one, I don't really need to write it. Do I need to write that or not? No. Right, there you go. Right, I'm on. Crypto, how you doing, mate? You right? So, I man said, ooh, Baldy. That said, that's not a haircut, it's a hair holocaust. Persia, you're right, mate. Yeah, I'm all right. People asking how I am. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. Funny thing is, I feel a lot better when I've had a haircut. I don't know why. Just feels cleaner, doesn't it? PM said hello, I'm all good. How are you? Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right, actually. Yeah. So yes, right, Lord Flashart. So Lord Flashart mentioned something to me, and I was going to talk to you a lot about it, just because I want to get other people's opinions on some. It's not nothing. It's not the thing. It'll make sense when I say it. So yeah, new Halloween scary stories video. I've got to do it. Do people want to join in on a second? Have anyone got any stories for scary stories again? The problem is I don't know if anyone's got any now, because I've heard them all. Iron Man said, Mike, I bet when you're drunk, you go to sleep with a Union Jack around you, bumbling back of the night as well. Pretty much, mate. Pretty much. Yeah, you can read me like a book, Iron Man. Irishman, how you doing, mate? You all right? Crypto said, I wonder where Young G is. I'm not sure, mate. I've tried to get hold of him, but I can't do it. The issue is, I remember Young G quite a long time ago saying that he doesn't come on my channel anymore. Because as far as I remember, he said something about he doesn't like my live stream because I won't talk about politics and stuff like that and the important things. And I've got no interest in talking about that. So he stopped watching me. So I can't, and I struggle to get hold of him, but I'll keep trying for you, by the way. But yeah, it's a shame that he won't go back on. I think it'd be worth it if Young G would go back on your channel. Where was I? You ain't got gout. You still got that gout. I'm tactical. You ought to get out and get some fucking tablets or something, man. That sounds a fucking nightmare. I've only ever had gout for about 3 days, and that was bad enough, let alone fucking weeks of it. Very farted. I'll probably have a few, Mike. A few what scary stories you mean? Because I got promoted at work. I've started on my man cave. All good. Ah, nice. That sounds good. Foxy Lady said, "Hi, Mike. Hope you're doing great. Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a lot nicer when you got nice short hair. I'm sort of the opposite of Samson. Samson was stronger with his long hair. I'm stronger with my short hair." Dan said, "How come you went on last Saturday? What, on Slingshot Warriors stream? I don't know. I just felt the urge for it, and then spent the whole week wishing I hadn't." Iron Man said, "Mike, what's the worst food you've ever eaten drunk?" On a hangover, I've took a kebab back out of a bin and eaten it. So I've eaten it, chucked it away, and then the next day got it back out of the bin and carried on eating it. It was all wrapped up though. I don't know. I eat loads of weird random shit. Like I sometimes get we won't do late night food talk, but I sometimes get a Cornish pasty, open it up, put Dairy in one side, smash up some crisps, put that in, put some sour cream on, shut it back up. Yeah. No end of weird shit. Crypto said it's sad I lost a friend. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Foxy said, try getting Sam to have his haircut. Richard said, was watching Todd's lawn darts and Roman darts video and had an idea to use a slingboat to launch them. I had an old glider which works similar to the idea. That makes sense, Rich. That makes sense. I've not seen that. I've seen it's on, but I've not watched it. I have to watch that. Crypto said, I liked you as a guest. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, Slingshot, because I was very drunk, so I'm glad I still acted all right when I did come on. But so thank you. Yeah, I'll join again. We'll wait until all of the stuff that's been going on has died down a bit more, and then I'll join in again. And saying about that, I've been donated some funds to buy a new camera. So a new webcam for live streams. So there'll be a new webcam coming soon. So this one Right, so I got donated some money to basically help the channel out. So I bought a brand new 1080p camera, a spare PC monitor, keyboard, mouse, and yeah, I said monitor, didn't I? And I will now be able to stream via a wired internet computer from the Wendy House Summer House. So if I do late night streams in the Wendy House or any other times, I could actually do StreamYard ones as well. So I have guests on. Not that I think that's a good idea, but yeah. So yeah, the new camera coming. Thank you to your mother. I can cross that off my list. Who's on? Yeah, I hope you get. What's the other tactical? You got any turmeric or any vitamin C kind of stuff? Vitamin C is supposed to help. Iron Man said, "Real men have small penis, big guts, bald head, typewriter." Fuck's sake. James, how you doing, mate? Crypt said, Zed said to Crypto, "Is one of your friends like, no, he doesn't mean not, he ain't died. He just, no, it's been a falling out and he can't get hold of him. He wants to apologise, but the bloke's not there." That said, "Oh, that was interesting live stream, Gaffer." So, you didn't, did you? Fuck's sake. That's why I ain't been online all week. Tactical. I've had a terrible, fucking horrendous paranoia, anxiety hangover till at least Wednesday. That one, I got Slingshot to delete it afterwards as well. Napatosis, right, mate? I said, "I caught your stream again. Did you get a haircut?" Yes, I did. He said, "Looks good, mate. Thank you." Yeah, I did. I had it cut today. Right, so I was talking to Lord Flasher, and he suggested, I want your opinions on this. He suggested swapping, because I want a £130 prod for my R9. And Lord Flasher suggested he's got one. He's got a £90. No, he's got a 130 one. He wants to swap it for a 90. The only thing is, I remember once saying about putting a 90 on my adder. So that it's got me thinking now, should I do the swap or shouldn't I? Purely because I don't want to have two 130s and then later think, oh shit, I should have kept a 90. But Lord Flasher, I did get your message. But sadly, I'll probably never call you up because I fucking hate talking on the phone. But yeah, but I was trying to think, because I'm up for the swap. Put it that way, Lord Flasher. It's just I'm trying to decide whether I would regret it later, thinking I want a 91. Still, Zed said, "What did you do?" I went on Slingshot Warriors joint live stream with him and Noodles and me, extremely drunk at 6 o'clock in the morning. But why that's an issue is because at the time Slingshot was getting quite a lot of trolling, like dedicated trolling, you could call it, and I didn't want to bring that over here accidentally. And then I was paranoid the next day, thinking, "Oh shit, I shouldn't go on there. I might have opened myself up to it." Blah blah blah. But I didn't do nothing bad. Well, as Crypto says, I would say that you've said some very intelligent stuff for being drunk, Mike. Thing is, that's the thing with me. I don't actually change very much when I'm drunk. I just get drunk, but I still sort of know what I'm doing. Iron Man said, "Michael, I hate those hangovers. It's like you're dying." Yeah, I'll tell you what. I was still feeling weird on bloody on Wednesday, and that was Saturday night. So, what do you lot reckon? Should I keep the £90 prod for the adder, or should I just swap it? No one's joining. I'll have to think myself. Architects Home Savage, right, mate? But yeah, I remember saying I wanted to put the 90 on my adder because the only reason was I thought the £90 might be good on the adder because it'd go easier on the bolts. But then again, I ain't got an issue with bolts now. I've got so many. You know what I mean? It's not like I ain't got no bolts. Where am I? Foxy Lady said, me and Sam don't drink alcohol. I'll be honest with you, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You know, I know a lot of people who don't drink, and I think good for them. Napatos says the worst part of being drunk or hungover at 6 a.m. is the burning bastard sunlight. Yeah, exactly. I'm a bit of a vampire as well. Wolf said stay with the 90. Iron Man said swap, go for it. Tack said have one on each. Better to have a choice for testing. That's the only thing. Because I would like I'd like a 130 on that and a 90 on that. I could swap them round. But yeah, it's hard to decide. Sir John, right, mate? And he said, are those real curtains or are they a SWAT shield or something? No, that's a real curtain. Crypto said, I'll be doing more edited videos on my channel. No, yeah, I saw your edited video. Actually, I forgot about that. Dad said, don't worry, Mike. Us blue bastards would soon deal with twat-head trolls in your live stream. Tactical as a bad toe, so predate them. Yeah, predate them with glee. Exactly. Thing is, it's if you know the settings, it's reasonably easy to get round anyway. Natural born serial killer, right, mate? He said, I've a second-hand North Korean nuke for sale, £99 each. Purchase free per customer. Nice one. All right. If I ever need one, I'll let you know. So yeah, it's hard to decide with the 130-90 swap because it sort of makes sense, but at the same time, I don't want to think, oh shit, I wish I kept the 90 now. Lord Flasher, I'll still think about it. It's just trying to decide what will be the best thing. It may be worth keeping the 90. Iron Man said, Mike, the last couple of years I've been getting worse hangovers and anxiety from booze. I think it's because I'm nearly 40. I'm drinking like an 18-year-old. That's probably it, isn't it? Same here. That's exactly it. Yeah. I think that is it. And doing sort of mildly stupid things. You know what I mean? Because I say mildly stupid, because some of the things we would have done when we was 18 would be getting locked up, sort of thing. So, you know, I still do some ridiculous things, but luckily it's nothing like that. Smiley, you right, mate? James said, growing up in the UK in the 90s, I had enough booze to last a lifetime. I drink once or twice a year now. Oh, nice one. That's good. Yeah, it's good. Well, you know, I used to drink every day at one point, and just at one point I used to drink a 3-litre bottle of 7% cider a day, and then on the weekend probably double that. And then I stopped for about 6 years, but I've got back into it now. Lord Flash, it's all good either way. Been spraying the missus's R9 metal parts yesterday, and today metallic pink. It's looking kind of bad. I bet that looks pretty cool, actually. But I've seen all pink guns, and they proper stand out. Yeah, I'll keep thinking. I'll have a proper think, Lord Flasher. It's just that. It was just because of the tests. I don't want to think, oh shit, I wish I kept the, because I do think a £90 on an adder would be good for purely just for saving the bolts as well. Crypto said, did you see my male suicide awareness? Yeah, actually, Crypto, I watched the whole thing. But because it was late at night, I was in bed. So I actually watched every bit of that stream, because I even watched the bit where you know who popped in when he'd been putting a name on. But he did it for your benefit, though, didn't he? But yeah, I saw that when I actually watched every little bit of it, but I couldn't comment because I was in bed and I was watching it on my PlayStation 4. Yeah, I watched it all, mate. Because I saw that Foxy and Sam was on. Who else? Yeah, there was quite a few people on, weren't there? So John said, I only drank once. It was in high school. Went to a party with 2 girls. We ordered the same drink. We lost who was whose. Mine was drugged. Really? Yeah. Well, that would put you off of booze, especially considering, yeah, you know what? Because that might have been drug. They might have been trying to drug one of the girls, you know. Jim, how you doing, Jim? You right? Yeah, definitely join in with her red back or whatever, or Armix Tomcat 2 if you want. I'd like that. John said, I didn't know for which girl's drug was. Ah, yeah, he said it. Yeah. As I was leaving to go to hospital, cops were coming. They arrested a bunch of people because drugs were being sold at the party. Yeah. You know what? That could have been a sort of date rape, Rob, couldn't it? Iron Man said, Mike, make a bug out bicycle. You can get a cheap bike from Facebook. You know what? I've been thinking about that for ages. Been thinking about it for ages, Iron Man. I'll get round to it one day. Crypto said, what do you think? It was good. It was, as a lot of people said, good on you for doing that because it's an important topic. Yeah, and hopefully it helps some people out. Good evening, Kojak. Mistake, isn't you? You lot do crack me up. That's all I'm getting tonight. Fucking abuse and abuse and abuse.
I don't have to take this abuse much longer.
Fuck's sake. Oh right, I've got to do something in a minute. Before I do that, I've had a really good idea. So we're going to test it now. Right. I've got a bit of a phlegm throat. I'm going to have to go away from the stream for 5 minutes in a minute. Right, you know, we was going to do a film reaction video where we all watch a film together. You could do that using StreamYard. So, right, don't let me forget what I was, because I've got to go out of the room in a minute. So, I'm going to just do a little test in a minute. I'm going to play a video. Put it this way. If there's films on YouTube that have no adverts and no copyrighted music, I could get away with playing them on a live stream and then just delete it afterwards, so I don't get no copyright images. Not images. Copyright, not strikes, whatever you call it. So I'm just going to test it now quickly. So I'm going to put a little clip of something on for 5 minutes while I quickly go and let's find a good one quickly. Right, hang on. Don't write too many comments because I'm going to miss them. So yeah, watch this. No, it won't be Rick Astley. And this is how we could all, and I would be watching it with you. So this is how we could watch a film together. Right, so that would be the film. And I would be here being able to watch it. So let me just play it and let me know if you can hear me and the video. At the minute, I don't know if you can. I'm going to turn this down. I would have to use earphones for this. Can you hear me? Or can you hear the video? Yeah, as long as it's not got any copyrighted music on it and the video doesn't have ads. Right, this is in bed with my dinner. Can you hear me and can you... So you can hear both of us. So I could watch this with you doing a reaction video. I've got to go.
A few weeks ago now, and I met this little singer girl.
It is a joke, by the way.
And I thought, I didn't know whether her name was Gail A, like Mel B, or whether the band she was with was called Gayla, right? Or Gala. So I kept calling her Gail. And my mate Delroy came around my house and gave me a slap. He said, you burk, that ain't her name. Anyway, we had a little thing on, we had a little fling, and she wrote this song about me, right? My love ain't got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. Because I used to go for a pizza with her, right? And she'd say, you're going to pay the bill. So I ain't got no money. Right? And you've got your own bed. My strong belief is you should pay for my pizza. It lasts very long, basically. I've got this big court case coming. I don't want to go into details with you. It's to do with Dame Thora Heard, and I don't need to say any more than that. But what I've done, I'm worried about the outcome of it. So I've got this beautiful stuff. Oh, it smells lovely. You put it in your bath, like bubble bath. And apparently it's a powerful Indian blessing, and it does you good at a court case. Absolutely genuine. You get that next time you're in court for anything. Delroy, if you're watching. Oh, this is something you're going to see. You've probably already bought a copy, haven't you? I bet you every single person has got a copy of this. And do you want to? You can sing along with me if you want. There you go. Let's hold it up here. Let's have a look. There it is. You see it there? Look. Tinky Winky, la la, Dipsy, Millsy. There you go. There you go. You can have that there. What have we got in here now? Let's have a look. Oh, this is something I'll buy, right? If any of my mates come around, I'll give them that. Look at that. Especially some of the athletes. Tesco Value Oats. There you go. No, it's good, that. It's nice. It's good. But unless Linford comes round, obviously, and I used to give him them, look. Super fast oats. That's a shit joke, isn't it? Bit of trouble with my uncle. Unfortunately, he's got Parkinson's disease and Tourette's syndrome. He's just been drinking too much of that, basically. Let's see what we got in here now. Let's see what my family's got. What's going on here, my family? What the hell have you got here? Look, there's a packet of biscuits. There you go, look. There's a packet of biscuits and a picture of Her Royal Highness, ex-Royal Highness, Sarah Duchess of York. Well, biscuits and Duchess of York. Oh, lovely. My favourite biscuits. Look, there you go, look. Look. Ginger Royals. Here we go. Now, as it happens, of course, you're very lucky to find me in this time night, because normally I'd be out and about. She's so difficult, right, my woman? Some beautiful clothes after in this
so
shot.
we could
beautiful
do
white
reaction video
dress,
or
like
watching the same
lycra,
thing.
on a beautiful black leather look coat. Look, some beautiful stuff there. Absolutely gorgeous imitation leopard skin coat. I said, buy that. I'll buy that for you, and you can wear that, right? Just what do you think her reaction was? Here we go.
Now, that was in bed with my dinner, if you wondered. Let me take this off. Don't need it on now. So how did that work? Did that work all right? Can you hear me right now? Yeah. So that's how we could watch a film together. And you don't have to press play it all at the same time. Did it play all right? Because that was actually playing on YouTube. That was just a YouTube video. So I wonder how good it is. Connor, cheers, mate. Smiley, cheers. Richard said, yeah, I can hear you on the film. James said, used to love him better. Fucking brilliant. And I would love to, I would do them every Sunday, to be honest. In bed with dinner, Sunday night, watch along. Lewis said, first one of these I've been on in a while. Oh, nice to see you on, Lewis. Yeah, you haven't been on for a while, have you? Yeah, I wondered if it would buffer or not. Iron Man said, Mike, it was great. Now put on your VHS collection. I've actually got that on VHS as well. Fuck's sake. But now I know which ones you want. So, yeah, that seemed... So, if we did play... So, we could probably play a film pretty easily then. James said, Kings of Horror, Popcorn Flicks, both have 3 horror movies. All right, well, that's how we could do it then if we ever do it. And I've noticed I'd have to be careful what I play. The reason I put that on, because I don't reckon it would get copyrighted. But I would have to be careful. But I have noticed there's some films on YouTube that haven't been sort of found, if that makes sense. So pretty much I may play it. I don't know. I'll have to see what happens. Last night I was watching Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels on YouTube. No ads, no copyrighted music. I don't know how they do it. Because what it is, if I play it and it's not got any ads and no copyrighted music, I may have no issues either if the original person isn't having an issue. So, yeah. You know what I mean? Lewis said, anything new in the collection? Not really. I've made a new quiver for the R9, for the R9 and adder. That's about it. I don't think I've got anything new, Lewis. I know you've got the FME, FMA, Supersonic, ain't you? I've been watching them. Still waiting for someone to offer me one. Yeah, so glad that worked. So there's a possibility that we could do that. Ain't fair, Gunner. Right, mate? And Funny Games is pretty good. Yeah, Man Escaped. I don't think I've seen that. And The Vanish. Oh, I've seen The Vanishing. That's that French or is it French or Spanish? Yeah, I quite like The Vanishing. That's pretty good. Mr. X says, "Was as smooth as your haircut there." Thank you, thank you. Don't worry about the old twat warning that's coming up, people, because there's a lot of people on tonight and a lot of new names, so the mods get a little bit suspicious. Sir John, yeah, Sir John, as soon as you're asking, yeah. Was that playing in fast forward then? That seemed quicker than normal. James said, "You can play anything you find on YouTube as long as you talk once in a while. It's classed as commentary. And if it's a public domain movie, nobody can claim it. Look for public domain movie." Funny thing, the only problem is there ain't a lot of good, a lot of the public domain stuff's pretty, there ain't a lot of good stuff, is there? I know Night of the Living Dead. I'll do that. Is there a little disclaimer thing you can put in the chat as well? You know, in the description, James. If there is, let me know. Lord Flash said, "Mike, you need to get an FMA Supersonic with the stock so you can say to your brother, mine's bigger than yours." I'm still waiting someone to offer me one. Lewis said, "I don't really like compound crossbows, but I can't deny how good that thing is. It's awkward when you genuinely like something, you get sent for free because you can seem like a shell." Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Exactly. Yeah, it is good getting something good though, isn't it? Because I get sent a reasonable amount of stuff, and I'll be honest, most of it is stuff I don't even fucking want. You get it the other way around. Iron Man said, "Mike, do you nap?" I do now, especially after a big meal. I had one a day, actually. But yeah, the reason for these banners, they cover up what's really there because YouTube has a rule now that if you handle firearms on a live stream, they can shut your live streams down. So it also says these are only some of the reasons you can be shut down. So to cover my ass, I cover those up with a picture of themselves, so most people don't even notice. But they can't say fuck all. Richard said, "Think of the old Emerald City Productions. Phantom of the Opera is on YouTube with no ads." Then again, I think Emerald City Productions is longer. And you know what? I saw that. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera, that is on there, Rich. I looked last night. So John said, "For a guy on a computer, your video production shouldn't be this good." James said, "Carnival of Souls is a great public domain movie." Oh, there are some good ones on there, aren't there? I've had a look through. There are some good ones, but the majority are a bit, you know what I mean? There's a talking of films. I watched a couple this week. Seven, pretty good. The end was telegraphed, which was a pity, and Blitz, which I thought was very good. Is that the first time Seven, as in the Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman Seven? Did you like it? Is that the first time you've seen that? That's quite a good film, isn't it? Leon is on YouTube, is it? But yeah, what I'll do, I'll just search around and I'll find, as long as the video doesn't have an ad and doesn't have copyrighted music, I'll play it. Because if the person who's uploaded it hasn't got an issue, I'll put it on there. But obviously, if they've got ads on it, then I'm playing videos with ads on, so that could be a potential issue for me. So I'll look through. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. That's it. Night of the Living Dead. I know that one is. Iron Man said, "Mike, I have some Timmy Mallet curtains for you. No need to thank me. It's quite all right." Yeah, is that the first time you've seen it, Zed? I quite like that film. In fact, I quite often want to watch similar films, but it's hard to find them. You put films like Seven, nothing fucking comes up really. Well, not, you know. Mr. X said, not many good things about getting older, but naps are great. Hello, cunt. Right, hang on. There's a lot of fucking strange people on tonight. Right, Jim just donated some money. Let's have a look. See if he's left me a message. Jim said, I might as well get the ball rolling while it's busy. Thank you, Jim. Here you go, Jim. It's just for you. Cheers, Jim. Right, and then if anyone wants to know how to donate, this is how. There'll be links in the description and the chat. This will be 30-second advert. Right, I'm back in a second. Right. James said, ignore the idiots, mate. You sound as a pound. Thank you. Napatis said, I did some filming of Timmy Mallet as a kid. It was on TV. Didn't get buggered. Was he one of them? I don't know. Zed said the January Man's on YouTube, I believe, unless it's been taken off. Ryan Man said, Mike, can you superimpose Boris's head on a watermelon? Do you know what? I'm too paranoid to do stuff like that because I've noticed every time someone gets done for something, they show that kind of stuff and go on about. I know you're joking anyway, but they go on about them like they're some kind of T word. Top Hat Man, you right, mate? Someone else has just donated. Who else has just donated? Have a competition so you can get the most things. So you can get the most mallet smashes. I think, without looking properly, I think that was Flazzy. This bloody thing's a nightmare. Flazzy. He said, all right, Mike. Just got on. Hopefully I can stay awake for a while. Thank you, Flazzy. I appreciate that. Here you go, Flazzy, just for you. All right, Sue, you right, mate? 83 said, Mike, do you remember me in Secret Warriors Live the other morning at 5 a.m? You were pretty drunk. I vaguely remember you being on. I was just saying about that earlier. I had to get him to delete that in the end. And I had a terrible, terrible fucking anxiety hangover for about fucking 4 days after that. Going back into the T word, you mean Tory? Connor said, what twat? What twat or the other T word? It begins with T and ends in T, but has more letters, and it's an ist. Tap said, the only political figure I like is Guy Fawkes, and no more politics from me. Iron Man said, Mike, are you drinking tonight? No, I'm going to have a week off, mate. I might have a drink next week, though, because it will be the only chance I get for a while. Yeah, or I need to stay sober for a while afterwards. You know what I mean? Top Up Man said, son posted a video of some Nerf gun on my account the other day. And I was getting emails and all sorts about gun violations and some shite. Good job. They don't see demolition. That's fucked up, isn't it, though? That's pretty fucked up that happens. Yeah, over Nerf gun stuff. When, yeah, as you say, fucking, what do you call it? Yeah, people like fucking Demolition Ranch can have no end of fucking shit on theirs. Now, but this Timmy Mallet was like the only one not buggering at the time. I'm so happy Savile didn't respond to my Jim will fix it. I was too pretty for children's TV. UK exposed, you right, mate? Don't forget Slingshot or shooting himself. I've seen that someone's asked for it. He's on at the minute.
Yeah. Look at that. It just knocked the dirt off.
Oh, yeah, Lewis, you can have one of these for your Lewis. You're still on. Let me know if you're still on. I've got a video to play for you. Lewis, put a comment on saying, "Oh, don't forget, I got my FMA Supersonic." Jamie said the wife asked me if I knew what her favourite flower is. Apparently, self-raising is not the answer. Fuck, I need choked on my fucking coffee then. Right, yeah, Lewis. This because Lewis has got the FMA Supersonic. It's just for you.
Ooh, lucky bastard.
So yeah, does anybody want to do another Halloween video or not? It's up to you. I'll probably do a proper video because mentioning it on a live stream doesn't seem to work a lot. It just seems to go over people's heads. But I know some people did want to join in. It's just whether people have got any videos or not videos, stories. If you don't know what we do on it, the Halloween stories, you basically either write down the story, send it in to me, or you can make a video. There's no end of shit you can do really. And then I'll put it into one long video. Yeah, I don't think I got anything new at the minute, Lewis. I was trying to think. Right, I'm just going to do something quickly. I'll still be here and I'll still be able to read the comments. I just won't be able to see what video I'm showing you, but that doesn't really matter anyway. 83 Airgun said the Halloween stories should be good to watch. I'll tell you what, the last one I thought was excellent. Oh, that's all right. Just looking something up quickly. Lewis said, lucky indeed. Can't believe they trusted me to make a video on it. Top Batman said, keep thinking that you've done the Halloween bit, but it's Friday the 13th thing. I'm thinking, yeah, I did a Friday the 13th one recently, didn't I? Yeah. Right, it's all right. I just wanted to check something quickly because of all them new viewers that was on it. It was making me slightly suspicious, so I got a way of checking things. 83 Gun said, I read that, didn't I? Zed said, I've got a couple, but they're more strange than spooky. Aperture said, did they have to be stories where someone saves the day with an automatic crossbow? Well, I don't know. I suppose you could do that. Jamie said, I've had a good week and I acquired some 1907 bayonets, a Mauser bayonet, and an ND2 Arasaka bayonet. Nice one. I got a couple of new bayonets. And you ain't got a weapon pick the bayonet yet, have you? But no, that sounds good, Jamie. By the way, these are for sale if anyone wants them. As long as they're not attached to something, I could probably get away with it because they can't prove that's, unless I, make it obvious. But yes, bayonets for you know what, for sale because I made a load of fucking stuff and everyone's either not replied or they've replied, said they want them and then didn't get back to me. So if they didn't get back to me within 3 or 4 days, I'm not going to bother. I'll just go to the next person. Quivers for the R9 and adder. Nylon slings, whatever you call it, webbing slings for the Tomcat 2 and the Redback. That will, if you've got a bayonet, the bayonet goes through there. So basically the bayonet goes through like that. So you can still have that on with a bayonet. I've got a couple of sets of broadhead bolts if anyone wants them. And I've also got a load of normal quivers if people want those. So if you've asked and you ain't had your stuff before, because I'd sold out, I've got it all again. It's just, yeah, I sent out a load of emails. I sent out again, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 emails. Actually, it was 10. Only one person got back to me and bought the stuff. So it'll all sell. It does always sell. It just seems pointless people messaging me, and then I message them back, and then they say, yes, I'll have it, and then they don't message me. Connor said, do they have to be true stories? I'm tempted. Should we just do a ghost story fucking video? Do you want to do? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll ask people if they want to do Halloween scary stories. And if they don't want to do, if they can't do Halloween, we'll do a fucking ghost stories instead. Because ghost stories are just as good. And it can still be a true ghost story that someone else has told you or that you've read that's supposed to be true. I mean, James says Slingshot trying to spell his address. That's a good Halloween video. James said Obsolete Odyssey is a great creepy storyteller on YouTube. He's British too. He covers serial killers. Nice, that sounds interesting. James, I'm still waiting for my cutlass you made. Tacticals for an extra quid. He'll sign them. There you go. Yes. I've got stickers. I've got little stickers and a fucking a little bloody like leather key fob thing. Right, message me, Bikini Bandit, and they're yours. You message me tonight, Bikini Bandit, or whenever. Message me, email me. They're yours, mate. They're yours. Napatis said, if we're being realistic, those bayonets are like a friendly kiss on the cheek compared to those given to you in service. Well, it's a cockinade, really. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I still wouldn't want that much steel going into me. Jim said, I did all my Halloween stories last year. I'm going to make a local ghost tour video anyway. Can we just send you favourite ghost stories? Yes, there you go, Jim. That's what we do. That's what we do. London Army, you right, mate? How you doing? He said, just popping down the shops. Quickly saw your notification on my phone. Nice one, mate. What are you getting? Late for the old shops, innit? Oh, man said, Mike, why don't you and Mark do a nude calendar instead of 25 quid each? Might have to be more than 25 quid. Richard forgot to mention the Forge press is going to plan. Should have it running by next Friday. Just waiting for some parts. That's excellent news, Rich. Little Picker said, my spooky stories never have entertaining endings. Ghosts materialize, linger, smell bad, throw things, do other haunty things, but never actually decapitate your entire family or anything. You know what? They're all still interesting. You know what I mean? I think it's good. James said, you need a Shopify store or something. Messaging back and forth, people lose interest. You'd sell a shit ton if you could upload simple stuff. Oh, I might have to do that one day. And there's shops open 24/7 here. I forget. Do you know what? I forget that. Yeah, of course they are. Yeah. Top Hat Man said a lot of profile pictureless new viewers on today. I'm like, yes, yeah. Yeah, I had to do subscriber only mode in the end because it was making me a bit paranoid. That's a Jamie. Actually, no one had actually done anything, but it was just making me, you know, fucking little fly in here, tiny little like fruit fly thing. But yeah, I don't mind ghost stories. We'll just do ghost stories if you want, because you know, obviously we're going to run out of true stories anyway, aren't we? Khalid, you right, mate? And he said, are you going to modify the Red Rider rifle? Possibly. It has quite often been mentioned about doing a larger stock on it, which I might do. I may even buy a second one to do mods on. But yeah, it could do with a larger stock and maybe a larger cocking handle. But I don't know. It's got a metal one on it, so I don't need it. Napatis said, I'll tell you my scariest story, but it literally involves two guys with nunchucks that thought they were Ninja Turtles and something. It's just bizarre. I knocked them both out of a mini maglite. Well, I mean sort of ghost stories, not threatening stories, if that makes sense. That's all said. Let's just say a few key phrases were mentioned. I've seen on other streams. Ah, right, nice one. Yeah, I thought there was something a bit off there. I'd say it's pretty easy to get around it anyway. Bat said, just got in from work. How did poker go last week? Yeah, it was all right. I came second in the end. Jake, you all right, mate? How you doing? Zed said, I don't have a picture, but I think, what do people online call me? And that's my profile image. Khalid said, I have a lot of real stories, but I can understand why you don't want them on your channel. Well, what do you mean? Like sort of violent kind of stories? You know, in the right circumstance, live streams are slightly different. You have to be careful I think you have to be careful what you're talking about on live streams personally. And not just that, it's because what it starts becoming, it becomes a thing. So you have to keep control of things. Yeah. All right, just looking at something quickly. Blue Creek was on. You're right, mate. I missed your comment there. And he said, if you have to think about it, don't do it. Only fool does something halfway. My words of wisdom. Right, so Flazy said, added another shotgun to my collection today. Ah, nice one, nice one. Clean said, what's the best weapon you're most accurate with? I'm not sure. It depends. Depends what I'm shooting, where I'm shooting, how I'm shooting. I can be quite good with the pistol crossbows, but it sort of depends what bolts you're using and all stuff like that. Yeah. I'm all right with the pistol crossbows. Some pistols I'm quite good. It also depends what mood I'm in. If I can't concentrate properly, I can't shoot all that well. Or some, like, also with the shooting competition does me, because I get quite bad, well, not bad, but I get adrenaline rushes when I'm doing the shooting competition. So that can throw you off a bit where you're trying so hard. Top Hat Man said, what do you think about them new viewers? What were you thinking about them new viewers? It's all right. I won't go on about it on here. It's all right. I just wanted to yeah. No, it's all right. Well, I'll tell you quickly what it was. I was just wondering if it was the same people who was going on Slingshots channels, and also whether they was trying to get me to say stuff in between sentences. So words that are put together during a sentence to try and make it sound like you're saying something. Yeah. So the end syllable of one word, beginning of syllable of another word, unconsciously you don't know that you're saying something offensive. Right, I may have to go downstairs again. I'll just play the intermission video. I won't be long. I'm just going to run downstairs and run back. It was to do with what I had to do a minute ago. Well, at 10 o'clock. So I'll be back in a second. Yeah, I'll play that one. probably could have just put the pissing one on. Not the piss. Yeah, no, that is the pissing one, isn't it? James said, Mike, can you dim the lights, please? The reflection on your head's blinding. You're right, lot of fuckers, aren't you? James said, Mike's gone to polish his noggin. I can see some timeouts coming out in a minute. Napatis said, it must be so stressful having to censor yourself because of editing stuff like deep fakes. You don't get worse with time. Yeah, you imagine. That's right, actually. But yeah, you do have to be reasonably careful. Irishman music reminds me of Jack Hargreaves. I don't know who that is. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Irishman? Little Picker said, if I turn my laptop on its side, then not need profile picture turns into Napatis and vice versa. Oh, of course it does. So, yeah. Yeah, talking about films, I ain't watched any since. Did I say I'd watched The Witch last? Yeah, I showed you the ones I watched. I don't even watched any since then. I think most of my week has been playing. Hang on, I'm just going to open a tab quickly. Playing interactive movies games. Oh no, fucked it. No, there it is. So one of them was called 5 Dates, which is quite. It was two. There's 2 interactive films that was bought. Not bought. That was made. So I'm trying to do 2 things at once. I'll do that shit later. It don't matter. 5 Dates, which is a weird interactive dating game, and another one called Dark Book. They was both made during lockdown, so they've both been made last year. Reasonably interesting. One of them's got 15 different endings. Yeah, it gives you something to do. But I quite like the interactive games. People who, yeah. Top Hat Man said, just be thankful if you're not drunk, Mike. Yeah, exactly. Alex said, have you seen Kay's new dish? What one was it? I think I have, because I subscribe to her. I see most of them. What one was it? It wasn't. Did you see the one where was it Turkish dish? And it was just boiled rice. And it was something really, something really just plain. Jim said Jack Hargreaves is awesome. It's old 1980s series talking about his rural 1920s memories. Nice. Oh, chicken teriyaki, that one, yeah. Is that the one where Lee just tastes like chicken? By the way, are you all liking the stream? So yeah, Bikini Bandit, if you get hold of me tonight, have you Bikini Bandit, have you bought any off me before? I did sort out the email so I could message you, by the way. Yeah, because you're on here anyway, aren't you? So fucking weird shitty spam I get every day. I'm trying to fucking bend. Don't need that banner on anymore. Yeah, that terrible one. And I feel bad for Lee. Imagine if he goes to the gym, protein farts in case dodgy cooking could be enough to wipe out the military. If I'm in the mood tonight, I might watch this. No spoilers. I've already seen it anyway. But fucking hell, dropped the fucking DVD on the microphone. Yeah, no spoilers. That's quite a good film. I watched it years ago. Yeah. Might watch that. The only problem is it's 2 hours long. So after this, I ain't going to start it till 12. I may save it till tomorrow. Watch it in the day tomorrow. James a bloody hell prancing in the house. Fuck's sake. Alex says, I was looking at getting a 3D printer, a good one for 200 quid. Already know how to use it and would be amazing for prototype knives. I'll tell you what you could do, Alex. If you've got a 3D printer, I've got quite a few good ideas for 3D printed crossbow accessories that I've sort of been keeping a bit secret. Yeah, because there are people I could tell, but you know, they won't want to give me nothing out of it. I'm not saying you, but you would. But and that's not what I'm after. But you know what I mean. James said, "Whatever happened to Tartan Asia and Tartan Extreme?" Yeah, I know. Do you know what? When I was looking through my DVDs and I was looking at my Tartan Asia Extreme DVDs to see what ones was out there, and yeah, you can't. I don't think they really do many new Tartan Asia Extreme anymore. Oh yeah, I'll have to go and visit that then. Visit tartanvideo.com. Tactical, was you on when I said that Yuval, your mother, has donated some money to the channel? Did I tell you what I was getting? Did you hear what I was getting? Little Pickers of Jack Hargreaves was one of the only presenters of How and later known Out of Town back in the day when people watched TV shows about sheep. We used to see him fishing off the Isle of Wight. Nice one. Alex Saint said, yeah, cat out of the bag. Alex Saint said, you could make 3D printed safeties. You get the right plastic, you can make firearms. I obviously wouldn't, but shows. Yeah. There's quite a few crossbow accessories that someone could 3D print that I could tell them about. James said Red Bus used to distribute good horror movies. Is there any good distribution places that does sort of, you know, J horror, K horror, and that? That's what I'm after at the minute. I wouldn't mind getting some of these, you know, these Asian, South Korea, that one. I wouldn't mind getting some more of them, the old J horror, whatever they call it. That's an God. Here comes a WC, the plug shaped with the thumbs up. Yes, mate, it should be good live streams from the Wendy. There's one downside though, right? So I'm getting a 1080p camera to do live streams. Don't tell Yuval, but StreamYard will only let you stream 720p anyway, unless I pay. But I don't always stream on StreamYard anyway, because I only have 20 hours worth of stuff you can do a month. Bikini Bandit, can you email me just so I know it's while I'm on, just to see if I can get your email? Actually, let me message you. Is your let me just check. Yeah, right. I'm going to message you quickly. And I know it's not a fake one. James said Tartan folded in 2008. They sold their catalogue to an American company. Just check. Is that what it is? Yeah, I used to like the old Tartan Asia Extreme stuff. Alex said maybe ask Liam if he could get one. He has a PC for it. They know how for the programs to run. And he's trustworthy. It's all good. I'm not really fussed about it. It's just I had some ideas, and I thought it'd be cool to get some people to print these things out. People who wouldn't take advantage of purely just for money. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's not a big thing. But it just be Rex said Squid Game. Yeah, I've seen. Do you know how I found that? This is the weirdest thing ever, right? I was in my front room looking after my niece and nephew, and I noticed I was watching some video about Squid Game Death Game, but everything was blurred out. And he sort of, I said to him, I don't think you're allowed to watch that because he's 8. But it was blurring it all out. And then I thought, I'm going to Google what that is because I thought that looks quite a good film. And it turns out it's a new TV series on Netflix. Who said about Netflix, actually? I saw Netflix. Oh, no, yeah, that was it. Richard said, I'm looking into 3D print a while back. Wanted to print stuff off for model trains. Yeah, that'd be perfect for that, Rich, wouldn't it? Yeah, I've got, some of the ideas I've got for crossbow accessories would be brand new things. It wouldn't be, yeah, you can do the safeties and that. But I had a couple of ideas for a couple of mounts that could hold a torch, but also let you be able to see your sights still. Shit like that. Londonian's back, you right, mate? Jim says, same with the old country Irishman. I'm looking forward to finding out of town. Alex said, mate, as long as you have a couple of hours to learn how to use the programs and PC, it's endless. I bet it is. Allen said, I want a 20-bolt crossbow mounted quiver. 20 bolt. What, you want me to make it? I'll be honest, I could do you, I might be able to do you a double. If you wanted, Alan, I could do you a custom made quiver of 2 together, right? With a bar across the middle. Because I think 20 would be too big. I could do a 12 quiver, custom made one. If you want that. 20 would be, that's an 8. That maybe I could do a free one. That would be an 18 quiver. But I could actually do that. You'd have to definitely say you're buying it. But you got to remember it's going to be about that long. I could definitely do a that wouldn't be difficult at all. But it would have to be 3 together because the problem is I can do these, but to make a 20 bolt quiver, I'd have to make a brand new Kydex press thing, and then it'd be a lot of wasted time for one quiver, basically. Alex Saint said, I won't read all that out. But yeah. North Flash Art said, 20 bolt mounted quiver. Surely at that point, just bolt a dump pouch on the crossbow. Exactly. Thank you. Bats has just donated there. Let me see if he's left me a message. Yeah, bloody hell. That's very generous of you as well, Bats. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And he said, enjoy the channel content. All the best. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Bloody hell. Thank you. All right, here you go. I can get that. Oh, they are brands. That's it. Here you go, Bats. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Richard said, Mike, could you stack the quiz? Good. I didn't think of that. Well, potentially I could. Actually, Rich. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, I probably could. If I just made a little bracket just to sit them apart, they wouldn't have to be that far apart. Yeah. Right, Alan, it's up to you. Yeah, I could either do them, I could do 2 stacked ones. The funny thing is I've got one in here. Right, someone asked me, this is the waste of time I get a lot of time. Someone said to me, Mike, can you make a belt mounted quiver for me? I'll buy it off you. So I make them a belt mounted quiver, never get back to me ever again. These, I could just make little brackets like that and they could sit like that. So you could have 2 rows. I don't know how easy it'd be to get the bolts out, but 2 rows of those. Good idea. It's only going to be a one-off though. I don't mind doing custom-made quivers for people. I had one bloke wanted me to cut all that off so that just that bit was the mount, and so it only stuck out about that big, and put it on this side. Yeah, that's an option, Rich. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. Jamie said, did anyone go to see British Pyro Musical Champions at Southport? We came second place. Do you know what? I don't even know what that is, Jamie. Dad said, I live a few hundred yards from the New Forest, which is where he did out of town. Richard said, I'll use longer bolts and have the nuts to hold each quiver. Yeah, but that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I get you, Rich. Yeah. So, yeah, just have a little separate bit. Yeah. Alan said, I just want to pick up one thing and not have to remember anything else. Mounted on a Jaguar 1, the bigger issue would be the bolts would have broad edge. Well, now that's the thing. If you mean for a Jaguar, I don't do full size quivers for those because you can buy them. The thing is, you can't actually buy these, so that's why I designed these, because at the time I created these, no one else made them. There's actually hundreds and hundreds of quivers you can buy for the Jaguars, but you wouldn't get one with 20 bolts. Yeah, I don't think it'd be my worthwhile, because the other thing is the amount of kydex it would take to make a 20 bolt quiver. You're probably starting to look into 30 quid more or something just for the or 20 quid just for the kydex, potentially. Alex Saint said, couldn't you make some sort of folding stock on a full-size crossbows? Have a 3D printed part and make it collapsible. Might not work on pistol crossbows. Pistol crossbows, you couldn't really have a folding stock because the stock is the bit that cocks it. But yeah, you could on a full-size crossbow, yeah. But I did play Bats's video, didn't I? But Bats, thank you, mate. I put that on again. So, Alan, the quiver you would want would be for a full-size crossbow, would it? Alan said, I've seen the foam wheels, but not for that many bucks. No, do you know what I think you'd have to do? I think you'd end up having to get what I've just said with these. Get a couple of these and put a couple together. I'll be honest with you. I think with most crossbows and pistols, I think it's worth having a little quiver anyway. You know, like a real quiver, as in hang on. Like a traditional quiver that sits on your belt. That just hooks on you straight on your thing. Because what I reckon, what you want is at least, well, it don't matter how many bolts you have on the crossbow, but I think you want to have some bolts on your crossbow. Well, it depends what you want it for. But I like having a quiver on my crossbows because it means you've got at least 6 bolts to go straight away, no pissing about. But yeah, but what I would have to do at the same time is, so if you had to grab your crossbow and that was the only thing you had, you'd at least have 6 bolts. But then I would grab something like that. This ain't got all the bolts in, but that's got a good, fair share of bolts in that. That's actually an old extendable baton thing. Holder. Ignore that bit of tape. That should be on the bottom to cover that gap up. And then that's one with just a couple of shitty old bolts in. Random shitty old bolts. Yeah, I think the best you can really do is something like that. So at least you only have to grab 2 things then. But if you did only grab your crossbow, you know that the crossbow has got at least 6 bolts in, and using that kind of quiver that you get on those, you like that one there, see it there? You can have broadheads on. Tactical nicking that idea. Is that good? Yeah. What I'd recommend you do, Tactical, is put a bit of tape down the bottom so that the bolts don't keep. They sometimes want to come out the bottom. Mike said, "Can you shout out hello to Louise? Hello, Louise. How you doing? What are you doing? Are you at work or are you at home with Jamie pestering you?" Alex Saint said, "What weight do you use on your bolts, or do you use lightweight bolts?" With the pistols, I just use whatever, because the pistols don't really have no issue what you shoot out of them. It depends really. I don't know the weight. I'll be honest, when you start going down to pistol bolts, not many people really even think about the weight, I don't think. Bat said, "Just bought a cold steel pipe hawk to attempt to learn axe throwing. Anyone had a go?" I've done a little bit of axe throwing and I quite enjoy it. The most important thing with any axe or knife throwing is make sure you get a backstop that the fucking thing will stick into. So I know that sounds obvious, but you can get wood, and you can get wood. That's what she said. And no matter how you throw it, it won't stick in because it's the wrong kind of grain wood, which used to happen to me. I could hit perfectly, and if it was the right wood, it would stick in every time. So end grain or something. Richard said to Alex saying, "I've done broadheads for pistol crossbow bolts a year or so back. Not really worth making since you can buy broadheads cheap." Oh, making them, you mean? Yeah. James said, "The owner of Tartan Video now works in finance. Hamish McAlpine. Apparently they started buying tons of crap movies and went on, right, buying any weirdo sort of J-horror shit. I know what you mean." That's just got an old French ammo pouch, made of leather. That's got a belt loop that can fit 40 pistol bolts in. I don't know if you can still get them. That's the perfect kind of thing. Any kind of pouch, gas marked pouches are fucking excellent. I think that's what what's his name used to use. Jack Striker used to use gas marked pouches, I think. Any pouches. But yeah, those extendable baton holders, I had them anyway. You know, because I had to get rid of them. So I had those pouches anyway. But yeah, what I did, I'll tell you what, if you remind me one night, I'll show you one properly, Tactical. But I think you just want to wrap a bit of tape around the bottom, a bit of tape, wrap some, I don't know, so it's not sticky on the inside. So put the tape on backwards, then put it on the right way. So it sits over the gap at the bottom so the bolts don't fall out, basically. But it's one of them, you got them sitting around doing fuck all, so you might as well use them, haven't you? Londinium said, "I'm a master of throwing weapon, looking it. You're between the eye." There's a little fly in here. 15 feet, no spin. Nice one. Nice. I like a bit of nice throwing, it's all right. But yeah, I ain't had a throw for a while because I'm a bit wary of my stomach at the minute. What was Little Pickers? Oh, any thoughts on the SC AH1 Arrowhead? I'll have looked that up. I don't know what that is, mate. 15.99 seems right. Fucking, isn't it weird? The little fucking flies. Oh, I have seen them. Yeah, is that like that's a survival thing, isn't it? Yeah. Depends on the price. How thick is it? Because that's the only issue. Depends on how thick it is. It might be a bit of a pain. It'd probably be solid than that, but thick, it'd be hard to put in an actual arrow because the arrow would end up being about that fat on the end or very thin on the end. Right, let's get back to the stream. And I said, I might look into stacking 2 6 quivers in opposite directions of each other. That could work, you know. Yeah. Tap said, "I'll use a camera lens pouch, holds 100 bolts. There's a belt loop. Bolts won't fit in my spare parts. Just been away trying them. That's a shame. But yeah, these pouches are handy, aren't they? I'm doing this on better at knife throwing than axe throwing. It's the same though. Really. It is. Yeah, it is really, isn't it? London said I don't do axe throwing much. No, I've only got that one homemade throwing axe, and it's a bit thick. Well, no, I've got two saying that, but they're both a little bit thick. You want something a bit thinner to be able to consistently stick it in the kind of backstop I have. Giordano, you're right, mate. He said, how many joules of energy would an £80 crossbow produce through a bolt? Joules, I can't remember what it was now, but a new £80 crossbow, because the old ones actually aren't. You buy those old style crossbows, pistol crossbows, and they're really about £50. Yeah, there you go. Rich said 16 joules. And that's shooting standard bolt. Is that shooting the aluminium standard tip bolts, Rich? I don't know what you'd get out of one of these because of the extra weight. 16 joules. Bat said I had a couple of Ace Jet throwing knives. I'm not bad at that, but not tried an axe. Yeah, an axe is all right. It's the same technique. You sort of just make it slip out your hand, get the right distance. Yeah. What's 16 joules in foot-pounds? Or Flashlight said, you managed any tests yet with the turbo? You know, I haven't done any of the tests yet. I should do soon, though. I need to get a bit organised. I'll start, because the thing is, I keep having this weird lot of shit going on at the minute. Busier than I expect. But yeah, I do want to do those tests, because every day I look at that bloody pipe up there, and I think, why haven't you done them tests yet and all this shit, you know? Got all them bolts, I still haven't done them, but I promise you I will do them. That's what I got it for. Alex Saint said, could you make a longbow for a build? Would look good for your longsword. I could do that, but it might have to wait for something like that. Yeah, I can't remember what it is, London. I used to know what it was. Richard would know. I can't remember now. I did know what the foot-pound. I did know what 16 joules in foot-pounds was, but I can't bloody remember now. Louise, she's on. She said, "Hi, Mike. Now finished an hour earlier tonight. Can you shout out Jamie? Think someone's been playing with his toys in his glass cabinet. Jamie, someone's been playing with your toys in the glass cabinet." No, London, I can't remember either. I can never remember what it was. I think it wasn't it about 14, Rich? I know I thought it was a bit more than a yeah, I can't remember, but it don't matter anyway. I thought it was 14 foot-pound. Oh no, yeah, you're right, Rich. It's 12, yeah. Yeah. Must differ with the bolts and that, I suppose. Crash X, how you doing, mate? You all right? Nice to see you on. He said, but can you cut a steak with it? That's good to see you on, mate. How are you? Dan Mayo, you all right? James said, Mike, can you please stop your fucking swearing, please? John said, have you seen Umex home defense gun? And what are your thoughts? I have seen that. I was tempted to buy one recently, but what stopped me in the end? None of the places I fucking looked at them in. Yeah, I was tempted to buy the revolver one. But none of the places had them. Crash X, I said, I'm doing well. I hope you're. I'm not bad now. I'm not bad. I had a ripped stomach muscle. I still get little twinges from it, but nothing that stops me doing anything now. But I'm going to be very careful till at least next year now, because I don't want that stuff coming back again. It's horrible when it comes fully back on, due to not letting it rest. But yeah, overall though, I'm all right. Thanks for asking. You've been collecting some new knives, have you? I've not. You know what? I've not had anything new for a while. I don't think, from what I can remember. Alex Saint said, "Mike, your head is so shiny. It's like you put car polish on it. Your head looks like a Corvette's bonnet." What is this tonight?
I'm gonna take this abuse much longer.
Everyone giving me shit about my hair, or my head, I should say. Liam said a standard golf ball size stone on a large lead shot fired out the hand using a sling hits an equal to a small handgun. Well, that's it, isn't it? I think a lot of it depends on size as well, don't it? But yeah, you're right. Tans said this stream is shite. Don't encourage you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I need to unmute my fucking speakers. That's better. I can hear what's going on now. Richard said, for example, an arrow bolt, 80 foot-pounds of energy, considered enough for an elephant hunting, but with bullets, about 4,700 foot-pounds is considered the minimum. Yeah, so it's a big difference with the projectiles, isn't it, as you say. Alex said, well, if you're not going to do as many builds, you might as well. Wink, wink. Make those. No, I'll tell you what, I can do the weapon builds. It's the tests I can't do. Weapon builds to a degree is fine. I know you're joking anyway, but weapon builds in general, all right, to a degree. Depending on how sort of hard work it is and what I'm doing. It seems to be the tests that bring it back. Con said, I'm starting a publication every time someone abuses you. You need to buy you a coffee. Exactly. Well, what was you on the stream where there was actually, it was like I didn't even want to say it was basically an abuse stream where people was donating to mildly abuse me, which I don't actually mind. Mr. X alcohol making perk. John said, if you can get one, I'll send it to you for a review. But I think you've put a block on it because it can be turned into. Oh, I get you. That gun. Yeah. I'll have a think about it, John. Yeah, because I think that's slightly what put me off. But yeah, that I definitely wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Oh, Alex said, to be honest, I never understood why you put the activated charcoal in the alcohol. What you do, so when you make the alcohol, so you put the yeast and the sugar and the water, and then you can keep letting it settle and settle and settle if you want. And then you just leave the stuff on the bottom each time. But what the charcoal does, it purifies it quicker. So it takes all of the shit in your alcohol out. But then because you don't have to do the charcoal phase, but it just makes it a lot cleaner and it'll clean it a lot quicker. London said maybe make some kind of PSI pad target connected to reader and shoot it. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, that's probably how they do it, isn't it? Richard Mike, think I was getting 237 feet per second with 83 grain ABS bolts and Tomcat 2. If anyone's got a kinetic energy calculator, you should be able to work out the power. Kinetic energy calculator. Right, tell me what I'd have to put in. So mass would be grams, so that would be 80. Oh, grain. Right, you may have to change it to grams. Change if you find out 285 grain in grams. 85 grain in grams, which is 5.5 grams. Velocity, 237. Calculate. I don't know if this is right. So I've done, oh, hang on. There's one bit missing. I don't know. In joules. Hang on. Yeah, joules. Well, I've done energy in joules, mass 5.5 G. Is that grams or grains? Velocity 230. Oh, meters per second. Feet per second. Calculate. 14.3 joules. Yeah, 14.3 joules. Now remember, that's what we said. Do you remember us saying that? Alex says, I don't think I'm going to do spirits for my first booze making. I might try wine or something. Heard some dodgy stories of bad moonshine. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, to make moonshine though, you need to start distilling it anyway. And I'd be careful distilling stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, 5.5 grams, 237 feet per second equals 14.35 joules. So that's what. Should we work out how much one of these would it? I've got a thing in here. Let's work out how much one of my broadheads would it. So that's 17 grams. So let's see. Oh, but I don't know the feet per second, do I? So it may be slower. Yeah, actually, I don't know. All right, let's knock off. Let's say, well, these would go slower, wouldn't they? Right, one of them. Right, I did one of those, which is 17 grams. And I knocked it down to 190 feet per second. That would be 28 joules. But I don't actually know, how slow they go. Louise said, Mike, think Jamie would do that all day. I've missed something there. Connor says, spirit brewing is illegal for that reason, Alex Saint. You can make your beers, wines, stills can also explode. That's it. That's what I was going to say. That's why I wouldn't do it. Alex Saint said, didn't you say you cannot make alcohol stronger than a certain percent without the Yes. Yeah. I think the strongest they've ever got stuff to ferment was 21%. That's the strongest you can ferment something. Then you either have to freeze, distill it, or distill it properly. Yeah. Mr. X said, when I first go into, you were allowed to own a still, but not run it. Did that sound correct to you, Rich? How fast do you reckon one of those would go? But yeah, so that's 17 grams anyway. And I knocked the speed down. Even if you knock the speed down to 150 feet per second, that'd still be going 17.7 joules. So yeah, it makes a hell of a difference with a heavier bolt. How hard it's hitting. I'm assuming that's grams, anyway. It just says kilograms, kg, g, ounce, pounds. Right, I'll keep that on for a minute. Right, Bikini Bandit never got back to me tonight. Oh, all right, Rich. Nice one, yeah. So he said, I think I was getting 167 with the 145 grain bolts from the Tomcat 2. We'll double check. Oh, yes, that's about what I said then, yeah. John's life, how you doing, John? Yeah, so, yeah, 167. Calculate. 22 joules, one of those would give you. Because what Rich was talking about was these, and these are a lot lighter anyway. You know, the difference between that and that thing is massive. Red Soldier said, "Did you see the burst railgun on Demolition Arts?" Do you know what? I have sort of seen it. That got mentioned on someone else's stream. And then weirdly enough today, I was looking up how many... I can't remember why I looked up Demolition Arts. But yeah, and then I saw it. Yeah, like a pistol, isn't it? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Red Soldier. Mr. X said, yeah, just don't use old soldered car radiators. Zed said, now you've finished the bolt conversion, Todd did a video and found out that slower but heavier bolts hit harder. There you go. Well, that's it, isn't it? That's exactly what's come up there, Zed, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. So these are probably double the, I don't know, quite a lot heavier than the ABS ones. Yeah, and they're hitting double the amount as well. What did I say then? Once was 5.5 grams. Yeah. And they're hitting, I can't remember what I said it was now. Don't matter. Too much shit going on at once. Yeah, because they'll also do a completely different wound, wouldn't they, Tactical? He said either way, those broadheads are going to fucking hurt. Completely different wound. Because another thing people don't realise with these, the reason you don't hunt with anything like that is because when it goes in the wound, it actually perfectly seals it up most of the time. If it don't go all the way through, it seals the wound so that it doesn't bleed as much. Alex Saint said, can you send me a list you have on the yeast and sugar ratio? You can make it out. You can't make it out. Are you sure that's not? That should be in the description, shouldn't it? Have a look in the description of the video. Mr. X, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a few years since I was doing it. Wouldn't get away with it now. I don't bother with distilling things. I never have, just because of the dangers of it. Lord Flashshot said, I fire lead bolts. They go 5 feet, but rip through the fabric of space-time. Fucking hell. I can just imagine. Mr. X, you can brew 18% and distill to 96%. That's it, yeah. Yeah, the highest I've ever, because I've researched it, the highest one you can get now is 21%. That's the highest you can get. Is everyone liking the stream, by the way? Try just looking something up. You can have the bullfrog sound again. That little fucking fly in here would fuck off. Right, back. Right, if you ever wanted to, seeing as there's 38 people on, don't run away when I play this video. If you ever wanted to support this channel, you can. This channel's been completely demonetized, and basically my job. So if you ever want to support me, you can. This is how. The link for this is in the description and in the chat if you put !support. All right. This advert's 30 seconds long, so don't fucking run away. Lord Flashheart said, been tempted to maybe pick up EK Archery £225 Desert Hawk recurve crossbow for a while. Looked like the poor man's Excalibur. I should be getting soon, I've been promised it anyway, a Jaguar 2 crossbow, the new one. So what I might do, I don't know, but I might take that one down and replace it. Obviously the banner will be different, but you ain't really going to notice it. And have my Jaguar 2 packaged up as a sort of emergency sort of thing, without saying too much. James said, vinegar, sugar, and a drop of washing up liquid in a cup. Cling film over the top. Poke a hole. Catches flies like can. The weird thing is just one little fly. I don't know where it's come from. There's one tiny little fly in here. That's it. Yeah, that thing, them fly traps work amazingly. The only problem is they work a bit too good. I've noticed what they do. They'll attract the flies that you have, but I also think they attract more flies. That said, I had a weird conversation today, and if you cough too hard, you'll shit yourself thing came up. I've never known anyone who has done so. But does anyone on here know someone else? I can't think so. I don't think so, Ted. Nice way to change the subject. You're Felix saying, I'll be on for maybe 20, 25 more minutes. I don't know. Mr. X, it's simple. Yeast is a marvellous little critter. Eats any source of sugar and pisses out alcohol. Farts it. Well, that's it. That's the basics of it, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, as long as you don't have it too hot or cold. Yeah, they love it, don't they? Because I once thought of the idea of sugar-free alcohol. I came up with, I like to think of weird inventions. I invented in my head sugar-free alcohol for diabetics, right? So the alcohol's never, ever touched any sugar. And I was going to use artificial sweeteners to see if it worked. But then I read, if you eat too much, I've told you this before, if you eat too much artificial sweeteners, it gives you the shits. So, yeah. So I suppose it's up to the diabetics. You can have your sugar-free booze, but you're going to be shitting yourself. Can you hear me? I accidentally turned the mic off, have I? Sorry, Louise. I keep searching things quickly. Mr. X said you're gonna use enough sugar so that once your wash gets to a percentage alcohol, starts to die, it doesn't matter because there's nothing left. Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, if you have too much sugar in it, yeah, if you put too much sugar, you'll have a very sugary wash, as you say, won't you? Connor said, did it work? Because that ain't a bad idea. I never did it in the end because when I realised it was going to give you the terrible shits, I thought I won't bother. You can hear my stomach as well. Yeah, so I don't know when this new computer stuff's coming, but it should be coming soon. So potentially I should be able to do well, not potentially, I'll be able to do StreamYard streams in the Wendy house, in the summer house. But it'll be proper invite only, though. You know, when I'm drunk, it won't be no. I'm not going to be inviting anyone on. You will have to already, or I'll probably have to already have your email because I'm not accepting emails, faked emails from people. James, a slingshot, they must be making a lot of sugar-free hooch.
Oh, that's what we call diarrhea.
It's bloody hell, Mike. 30 seconds. That's quick, ain't it? Right. Jamie said the wife said she wants Chanel number 5 for her birthday. She's going to be happy. That's all I had to do was treat you in the tally. James, I read that one. Zed said, mind you, there is a fellow we all know who pissed too hard and shut himself. Richard said, "You'd have to name that brew landslide, Mike." Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know why. It came into my head once. I just thought, yeah, sugar-free alcohol for people who don't want sugar or diabetics or something. Yeah, because if the yeast would eat the artificial sweetener, it would work. I don't know if anyone's ever tried it. I've never heard of anyone trying it, but yeah, large amounts of artificial sweetener, which it would be, gives you terrible shits, diarrhea. So yeah.
Oh, that's what we call diarrhea.
I might have to try it one day. Maybe I'll give it to someone I don't like. Or keep it for a rainy day when you're constipated. You go, you can get drunk and relieve your constipation. Oh, look, I've just invented the world's best constipation cure. Because what's better? I've never been truly constipated ever, you know. But I imagine being constipated isn't pleasant. So I imagine being drunk while you're trying to relieve your constipation would actually probably be a good thing. So there you go. I've just created the world's first and best drunk constipation cure. There you go. Ceasefire. Yeah, call it out. Ceasefire. No, that'd be the other way around, wouldn't it? James said, "Mike, try showering more. You won't attract flies." Turns have been tried for hundreds of years to cut the sugar, but less sugar, less percentage. Well, exactly. That's it. I know. Yeah. Lord Flashshot's going to head off, mate. Need to head to Edinburgh early in the morning. Need to drive a van to my brother-in-law's house move. Take it easy, mate. See you later, Lord Flashshot. Good night, mate. I'll have a think about swapping the old prod. Yeah, I'll have a think. Are you off as well, Rich? Good night, mate. I'll still be on for about another 25 minutes. There you go. Have a look. Someone may have tried it. I'm pretty sure someone must have tried making booze out of artificial sweetener. I think that artificial sweeteners ain't that like they're still not good for you, are they? I think they're better than sugar, aren't they? I don't really know, in all honesty. Giordano said, "Great stream, got to go, but learnt a lot from Peeps' comments." And said, nice one, mate. Glad you had a good time and learnt some stuff. See you later, mate. Tap said, "WC Brewery, new ale ceasefire with a hint of Caesar salad." Oh, Christ's sake. Zed said, I've never been constipated. It must be painful when you cure it. I bet it feels like your ass is splitting apart. That's it. I've never been constipated either. I've never been constipated, but yeah, I've known a couple of people who've been constipated for over a week. Yeah, that must be horrendous. James said Reddit says Splendor sweetener can be used to make beer. There you go. Then it would work. Then yeah, it would. Well, that was my idea. Someone's already nicked it. See you later. Whoever was going off, Giordano and Lord Flashheart. Good night. Rex said, "My daughter is diabetic and had sugar-free wine from Aldi and was pissing out their ass." Well, there you go. There you go. That's why I didn't bother. That's why I didn't think there'd be any bother. Christ. So let me know if anyone wants any quivers or anything, because I've got a load going at the minute. Quivers, bayonets, broadhead bolts, slings, quivers, I said, didn't I? Bodkin tips and R9 quivers. I'll have to make a video soon. So So who's still on? So who would be up for a? You lot was up for having a sort of evening every now and then, maybe a weekday, maybe on a Sunday. Well, no, it wouldn't be a weekday because I do someone else weekday evenings, don't I? Potentially Sunday nights watching a film together on a stream. Pretty sure some of you lot said you would, wouldn't you? But I'd probably either end up putting things like In Bed with My Dinner on, which I think you lot would like. If you've not seen it, you would like it. In Bed with My Dinner is fucking excellent, and there's loads and loads and loads of episodes of it. We could probably watch 3 a night, and yeah, I think there's something in the later series. I think there's more than 20 episodes, and then we can move on to movies or other things as long as it's not got copyright stuff. Well, it's all got, you know what I mean, it's all got copyright stuff on it, but as long as the original video hasn't been copyrighted. It'd be a bit weird for the original video not to be copyrighted while on YouTube and then me to get copyrighted for it, wouldn't it? All right, if I do, it'll most probably be Sunday nights because that's the only night I really don't do anything now. Yeah, so it'll be exactly how that was. I'd be in the corner, I'd be on the side. The film would be playing in the middle or whatever TV show. I know this is on YouTube, and this is fucking amazing. If you've never seen this, oh, also though, be prepared. The videos would be deleted afterwards. Though, Jam is on YouTube. Yeah, and then I'd delete them anyway because of I don't want any copyright stuff. So it'd just be that evening. You just enjoy a film with me that evening, watching it together. I suppose I could use an ad blocker, Zed. It's just the reason I don't want. If the issue is, if the original video has got an ad on it, that means that video has already been found on YouTube and someone's got a copyright strike for it and they've had to have an ad on it. So it means pretty much if I put that on mine, I'll probably definitely get a copyright strike for it. But if it's not really the ad being the issue, it's just the fact that if it's got an ad on it, YouTube know about it. You know what I mean? So if I put anything on that doesn't have copyrighted music, as in if you look in the description, it says this video has this music. If it doesn't have that and it doesn't have ads, I reckon I could get away with putting it on mine with there not being any copyright issues. Yeah, because the ad doesn't really matter. I don't mind the ads, but if it has ads, it's been found by YouTube, and that person playing it would have copyright strikes, and then I could probably get them. It's weird though. It's weird how, as I say, I was watching just to test it. I looked on, there was Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels on. No ads, no music strikes. How has it not been found? James said, don't forget we're online and start playing with yourself. If a vampire gets their knuckles out, don't worry about that. No, because I'll be able to see myself, so I'll always know. No. Don't need to worry about that. I think it'd be good. I think it should be good. I'll probably have to watch it with earphones on, obviously, but that don't bother me because it don't matter what I hear anyway. I don't need just, earphones don't matter. Yeah, we'll give it a go one night. James said you won't automatically get a strike for music. You'll get a copyright claim. They'll just take the ad revenue from the original owner. That's it. Tactor June is on. Not sure about the copyright music. I'll look into it because the music's not so bad. I'll look into it anyway. But it's just I think we'll test the waters, see how it goes. But at first, I'm going to try and find a couple of things that have no issues. And then if I'm playing things that have no issues that get copyright claims, we'll know. As James says anyway, and I know this anyway from playing music on live streams. Yeah, you don't get. I'm phrasing it slightly wrong there. It's not a copyright strike. I've never had a copyright strike, copyright claim, and majority of the times nowadays, a copyright claim actually does nothing apart from just adds an ad, don't it? And some countries it can't be viewed in. But I'll probably delete them anyway because I don't want a load of copyright stuff on my channel anyway. So we'll do the film streams and we'll delete it. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Why have they got a slapping sound as part of the movie? Yeah, exactly. Zipper sound in this slasher scene. But yeah, we're looking at it. But yeah, if I can find films that don't have anything on it, then I know I shouldn't have an issue. Yeah. Yeah, but as I say, I'll delete them anyway, so no issues because they don't need to stay on, do they? I don't want to get sort of known for doing a load of copyright stuff all the time. Yeah, unless they're very entertaining, but I doubt, it's mostly just going to be us watching films, having a bit of a chat between them. You never know. Because I may not even title them as, watching. It might just be, I don't know, but I probably won't put the film title in the video anyway. Put the film title in the title of the video. You can watch Little House on the Prairie if you want to. We'll have a vote. But yeah, I'll have a look because you'll be surprised. That surprised me. As I say, Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrel was on there with no copyright stuff at all. No ads on the video. None of the music was claimed, which was bizarre. That's a June is on there. I'm not sure about the copyright music. We'll look into it. And I'll look into putting a little disclaimer thing, the old fair use disclaimer on. Yeah, what gentlemen eventually Ryan, how you doing, mate? Yeah, looking at that. But there's loads of shit we can watch. It's just that's the easiest way to do it, I think. Because I could put stuff on from other places, but I don't think it's worth the bother. I think might as well just stick to YouTube. Because I can basically show any tab, so we could put things on from iPlayer and stuff like that. But I think it's a bit risky. I'll just stick to stuff that's already on YouTube. Put a fair use thing on the description and then just delete it after anyway. Little Picker said, I've been Googling. I don't think anyone is going to be making booze for sweeteners. Nice. Well, that's why I didn't bother. It gives you the terrible shits, don't it? Who's off? Good night, who's ever off? You're off, Jamie. Oh, yeah, good night, mate. Little Picker says, stevia and xylitol do not ferment. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol to start with. Yeast can't metabolize Splendor into alcohol because it's molecular structure. All right. That's interesting. Yeah, I thought it might be worth a try. Oh, God. Do you know what, Iron Man? I recommended that. Is that worth a watch? Yeah, he said, watch a documentary called Wet House. It's an eye opener. I get recommended that quite often. Yeah, the Wet House. I've never watched it because I didn't know whether I could bring myself to watch it. Let's quickly skip into it quickly. Yeah, I'll show you a bit of it now. Let's watch a bit of let's watch 5 minutes of the Wet House. Trailer Park Boy clips would be good. Yeah. Or full episodes if they're on here. Right, let's put a bit of the Wet House on. Yeah, I get recommended that all the time, but I didn't know whether I could bring myself to watch it. skipped into it.
These men and women are residents of a wet house. That's a hostel which
this is how
takes
we
in
would watch a
homeless street
film.
drinkers and allows them to drink on the premises. There are very few hostels which will accommodate people who cannot stop drinking.
She's making me laugh, that woman.
This film is about the lives of a group of residents who live in a wet house in East London.
Quit drinking.
You're a You're not.
Oi! I woke up today with an alcohol overdose. Don't eat sweeties, don't eat chocolate.
Putting me off already, man. I'm going to have to stop. Fuck's sake, that nearly put me off already. Yeah, that's what you want to watch if you want to give up drinking. Put the shits at me already. Oh, Christ. Strontium said that girl who was on the gas too. So depressing. Yeah. Oh, it's terrible stuff. I used to do fucking gas as a fucking teenager. Never do that shit again. Those people know how to party. Fuck's sake. You know, that's yeah, it seems very bleak. Yeah. Don't know if I could watch that, man. I'd probably have to have stopped drinking for at least 6 months, or I could watch something like that anyway. Drunk stream tonight, Mike. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah. No. Fucking hell. Right, I'll be on about 5 more minutes. I'm going to have to go off. But yeah. So that's how we could watch a film, though. And that would work all right, wouldn't it? You can see it all right. It seems to play all right. Don't buffer or anything. You can hear me all right. I reckon that'd be the way to go. And we'll play it and we'll see how it goes one night. Maybe this Sunday if you want to try one. The sad thing is they will all be dead by now. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, Iron Man, that gets how did you get recommended that or something? I get recommended that all the time. Yeah. So you've seen it, have you, Strontium Dog? Yeah, I get recommended that quite often. Can't bring myself to watch it. I'm gonna have to go for a piss. I really, really, really need a piss. Right, back in a minute. I'll stand for a little bit. 2000. That seems older than that, Iron Man, doesn't it? I've washed my hands. Ain't it fair again? I said I get it recommended a lot as well. Maybe a way of putting people off alcohol. Maybe I'll get recommended it. James said, I bet you wished you'd watched Little House on the Prairie after all. Yeah, that way. Johnson said, put your mask on. Put your mask on as you pee, fella. Connor said, Defo passed 21 years later, then bless them. Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, if they didn't stop, them lot. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I could ever bring myself to watch that, you know. That literally that much I watched started to get to me. Mr. X, my dear old mum taught me not to piss on my hands, so I don't need to wash them. Well, I don't piss on mine, but I just get a load of people saying, wash your hands. People just like to abuse me on here. Little Picker said that's what Kubrick's Intermission should be like. 2001 Space Odyssey would much better movie if it said taking a piss. Oh, God. Well, James, yes, that's my kind of thing. Yeah, Pamela Anderson slow-mo run down a beach. Yeah, that put me in a better mood. Tell it's nearly 12 o'clock with some of these fucking comments, I'll tell you. I'll be honest, Ed, I was never going to play it for too long anyway. But as soon as I heard the words, I just woke up the other day from alcohol overdose. I thought, I can't listen to that anymore. Told you, I've been having a terrible anxiety hangover all week. I've probably still got it slightly. Horrendous. My own fault, though. Terrible. Right, so I'll be going off any second now. So I'll be on tomorrow night. I won't be drinking or anything because I'm having a week off. But I may have a drink next week because then I'm going to have a certain amount of time off anyway. What is that tactical? Oh, that mate, yeah. Rolly Birkin QC, fuck's sake. Oh, I'd say that I could play, but Cobra Command said, hey, there's pisses and movers, it's Cobra. Oh, Cobra Commander, you just caught me exactly right time. I'm going off now. Right, I need to talk to you about this stock extender. The stock extender that I have on my Redback XR is not the one that you can buy. Let me just show you the one that you can buy, and you've got to tell me if you want it or not. Otherwise, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. Glad you came on. I forgot about that. So the stock extender that you would get for your Redback is this. Not the one I've got. The one I've got, I made myself. So there's the price, and that is what you would. That's the one you would get. James said, I used to take my trousers off and piss in junior school. Walked around a few times with my sausage out by accident. Dad said, I'm a bastard, so I'll remind you of that on your next live stream. Don't, Dad. Right, Steve Blades, how you doing, mate? So yes, Cobra Commander, this is the stock that you would get, because the stock I have on mine, I made myself. That's the Redback stock extender. Because I suddenly realised when Cobra Commander wanted me to get him one, send it him with some other stuff, and he'll pay for it. He said the same one I've got on my XR, on my Redback. The one on my Redback I made myself. And on my actual Redback, I don't have a stock. Right, you need to answer me, Cobra Commander, because I'm going off in a minute. It's nearly 20. It's nearly 10 to 12. But that's the one. That's the one. The one I've got is not that. All right. I'm going to say, because the stock I've got, I made myself. All right, that's the one. I'll sort you that out then. Cobra Commander. Welsh Dan, how you doing, mate? I'm literally just going off now. You do that on Liam's streams as well, don't you? Come on just at the end. Yeah, I'm going off now, mate. But yeah, nice to see you on. I've got a dry throat tonight. Steve said, Mike, can I ask, the Red Ryder BB gun, is it too light to roll cock? To cock it even like that, there's too much. The spring's too much, really. It's very uncomfortable. I can't remember what you call it, but the ring that goes over your fingers, the lever, is very tight. It goes up higher than you'd expect, and there's quite a lot of pressure to press it up. So you're basically, it's like having a piece of metal against the back of your hand that's got quite a lot of pressure on, trying to push it up. It's not really, you can't really do it. You can, but it's not very comfortable. At most, you can sort of grab it with your thumb and do it, but you can't really do it with your hand. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah, there's too much pressure in it. Right, there you go. I'm off now. I'll be on tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow night. See you, what time? 9:30 tomorrow, all right? Good night. See you later.